Hello everyone, this is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions. I am back again with another 13 Days of Halloween project. And this is my fun, cutesy, almost kid-oriented Halloween card. It's not meant to be spooky, it's just meant to be a little bit cutesy and fun, which is different for me. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to start doing is we are actually going to stamp on our card base. So our card base today, we are using pumpkin pie, and it is 4¼ inches wide by 11 inches long. Don't worry about writing down any of the directions or dimensions or anything like that. Go ahead and click in the description bar below, and it'll take you directly to a link that gives everything there for you. So just go ahead and fold that in half. I've already scored it at 5½, and just go ahead and there we go. So now, normally when you see cards like this, they're this way. I want to do something a little bit different. I turned it that way. It's a little funky, it's a little weird, but it's okay. We're also going to be using today our basic gray ink. And so we're going to do that. Now, the stamp set we're using is Ghoulish Grunge. I've been on a roll with this one lately, and so we're going to be using this netting back here, just to give a little bit of texture to some of our back cardstocks. So I already have that netting mounted up for us. And nice juicy ink pad here, unlike my first one, which really was stamped in basic gray, though I swear it looks like it was pumpkin pie. And we're just going to kind of, start and work my way all the way around. So just lining that up. I mean, it's not meant to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. We're just going to work our way all the way around. That spot right there bothers you, stamp it again. Nothing is right or wrong in this project. Doesn't have to be. Well, I got those lined up really well, didn't I? All right, go all the way to the edges. And we're just doing the edges because you're not going to see the center. There we go. So now, along with that, I grabbed a piece of basic gray here. Which has that measurement. This is 3 inches tall by 4 inches wide. And we're going to do the same thing to the basic gray that we did to the pumpkin pie. So this one, I'm just going to go straight across the entire thing. And I know some of it gets covered up, and that's okay. I just wanted to give this gray just a little bit of texture. I wanted to give it a little bit of something, something, because I thought it was missing a little something, something in my first one. Now, I'm also actually doing an inside piece. Oh, I dropped a piece. 1 second, guys. Let me grab that. Here we go. Okay, so this is our inside piece, inside white panel piece. And this is 5¼ inches wide by 4 inches tall. I'm going to slide that on the inside. And all I'm going to do is ink this up, turn this on its side. Every once in a while, I like to decorate an inside of a card for you guys, just so you guys can see what it's like. We're just going to stamp it along the edge. And then again, there we go. So we're done with our textured stamping. And for the moment, we're going to close up our basic gray. We're going to use it again in just a minute, but we're going to close it up for the moment. And set all of this stuff aside. We are going to grab a piece of Scrap Whisper White. Now, you're looking at this going, wow, that's a big scrap. Yes, it is. And we're going to be using our basic black archival stamping pad and our cookie cutter Halloween stamps. Again, I'm going to go with the skeleton here because I just thought the skeleton was adorable. It was between that and the mummy. I really like the mummy too. I thought the mummy was adorable. I got the mummy, or the skeleton. This is the skeleton, not the mummy. Got the skeleton all ready to go. And I'm just going to stamp him 3 times down here at the bottom. Nice dark images. 1, 2, I actually can get my third one on there as well. And 3. That's all you need for that. Go ahead and close up your basic black. Set that off to the side. You're done with your skeleton here. We're going to grab we're actually going to let those dry for just a few seconds. And we're going to grab our 2-inch circle punch. And you really only need technically a 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 inch square, but in the directions it's going to say 2.5 by 2.5, just so you actually can hold on to it. And just pick a couple of different of your Halloween Night Designer Series papers. Go ahead and punch out a couple of those. I decided to go with the exact same ones that I had before. Come out. There we go. Then grab, again, you really only need about 2 1/8. I just grabbed what scrap I had of pumpkin pie. There's some pumpkin pie. And a basic gray square. There we go. And we have all of our circles punched out. You're done with your 2-inch circle punch. All right, now we can go back in and punch out our skeletons here. Okay, I'm going to lean this towards me just for a second, so I can line it up here. There he goes. Okay. See him? Pop it out. I was going to be chopping off an arm otherwise. Okay. One more. Last but not least. Okay. See him there? Okay. Done with your scrap. Go ahead and close up your cookie cutter builder punch. I think I finally got that. Otherwise, if I don't, look at the top of the screen. I'll have the name up there for you. So you got your 3 skeletons, your 5 circles, because that one actually blends in there. Woof. There we go. 5 circles. Get all those extra little teeny tiny pieces that we don't need out of the way. Grab your originals. So now you'll notice in the background here, right behind the circles, is another scrap of Whisper White. And this actually measures, ooh, what does it measure? 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So grab that as well. Grab back in your basic gray ink. And before I forget, your cardstock base. Grab yourself a Stampin' Sponge. And we are just going to ink up the edges of everything. Okay, go around the edge of your pumpkin pie. So that's why it didn't really matter if you guys got all the way to the edge. Now you guys kind of know, right? Grab our inside piece. Ink the edges of that. If I am ever out of camera range, I do apologize. I kind of go by my grid paper, and sometimes I don't realize, since I hold things up off my grid paper, exactly how high I am. Forgot our basic gray piece over here too. Don't forget that one. Everything gets inked, so it's going to take a few seconds. I might fast forward through it. So if you guys ever have any comments or questions or anything, go ahead and click in that description bar below and it'll take you to my site, which you can email me from. You can always leave a comment and have a question in there as well. If you guys ever need a catalog, please let me know. I'll be happy to send one to you and become your demonstrator. If you already have a demonstrator, please ask your demonstrator for a catalog. All right, so now for all of our circles, get all this other stuff out of the way here. Ink the edges of all your circles as well. It gives them a little extra dimension and they're not quite as flat on there as you would think. Your basic gray one. I just realized, I think on the basic gray piece that I used to cut the 2-inch circle out of, I think I actually stamped on the back of it at one point in time, but it's so faint you can't actually see it. I think that's just really funny. Alright, I'm going to use that side, I think. Okay, almost done here, guys. Sorry about that. I mean, it takes a while to ink all this stuff. Just keep going around the edges. I apparently have been in a very inky mood lately, so I do apologize. Okay, we are done with inking. Go ahead and close up your ink pad. So you have all your pieces done, right? Now guess what we're gonna do? And get all that stuff off there. It's time to assemble. So we're gonna grab back in all of our card-based pieces, and we're gonna put the inside in first. So that's always the easiest thing to put in. Somebody asked me once, why do I put so little adhesive on? Because it's a card, and you guys don't really need tons and tons of adhesive. So that's why. I mean, cards are meant to be enjoyed and then recycled. Please recycle paper. I appreciate that. There we go. So that inside piece is in. So now we're going to add the basic gray piece next, and you can see in our original here, it peeks out at the bottom a little bit. So it's a little bit closer to the bottom. So we're going to add that in. And, you know, I eyeball everything. I mean, if you think about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch down there from the bottom, grab your Whisper white piece, add that next. Do the same thing from those edges as well. This one turns out a lot darker once you ink your gray ink pad, as it turns out. Then we're going to take in all of our circles. Now you may want to place your circles on here first to see kind of where you want them to go. And I think I actually want my pumpkin pie on my pumpkin pie and my gray a little bit closer to my non-pumpkin pie. All right. So then just kind of they don't have to be perfect, guys. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. So that's the layout I like this time. You may not like this layout. Find your own layout that works for you, and you may change your mind halfway through. Just to let you guys know, because the first time I did this, I did. Okay. Go ahead and attach all of your circles. I overlapped them just a smidge as well, if you guys can see that. And there's no real rhyme or reason to my attaching as to what order I'm doing it in. It's just whichever one's my fingers crossed next. And don't forget your basic gray one over here. I haven't done that yet. Put that up there to the side. Just make sure you don't impede the fold of your card like I almost just did. And so we still have our 3 skeletons here. We are going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional for the back of each one of those. 1, 2, and 3. Pull off the backs of your adhesives. Your dimensionals, not your adhesives, your dimensionals. Technically they are adhesive, but alright. And I always put the first one down first, the middle one down first, sorry. Middle one down first, and then the farthest one. And I made them hold hands because I thought that was kind of cute. That's just me, I think like that. And there you go. Okay, I will admit I like the extra texture on the gray. However, I would do the lighter gray than the darker gray. So maybe a smoky slate. I don't know. This one's very dark to me. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of the dark. Maybe pumpkin pie. Maybe use pumpkin pie ink instead of basic gray on this background. I don't know. You guys give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. This is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions saying thank you for joining me for another project of our 13 days of Halloween. I hope you enjoyed and come back and see me again. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.